Good morning, friends. Today I have a different kind of a video. A lot of people have been doing like full face of Dollar Tree makeup or a full face of Shop Miss A makeup. So I decided to do both. I'm going to use, on one side I'm going to use Dollar Tree makeup, on the other side I'm going to use Shop Miss A, and then we're going to see which one is more worth it for you to try and shop for. We're going to start with this half of my face is going to be the Dollar Tree. This half of my face is going to be Shop Miss A. And I'm going to tell you pretty much like how many stores I had to go through before I could find the products that I actually found for Dollar Tree. Okay, I actually had to visit 4 stores. I didn't do it all in one day. You know, it's like if I was somewhere that it was close to a Dollar Tree, I went in, I looked for products. So we're going to start with primer. So the first one that I found was from Be Pure, and this is the Essentially Ageless Blur Face Primer. This brings 15 ml, and everything at the Dollar Tree was $1.25. You guys know that. Now, I've heard that Dollar Tree is going to be bringing in products for like $3 and $5. So pretty soon I'm going to be able to find anything for $1.25. So at that point, is it really worth it to be going through all this searching to find, you know, to find products? Because the problem with Dollar Tree, I mean, you really don't have too many choices. They really, every time I go, most of the product is for darker skin tones. And or you may find like one lighter shade and, you know, one dark shade, but you know, that's it. You don't have like you don't have too many choices. So sometimes you do come across like a good deal. Like one time I found like a Wet n Wild little palette there. And then also I'm actually going to put the primer on this side just so that it dries. This is the AOA, the Shop Miss A. This is the No Pore primer, and I'm going to tell you when I get here as to what each product cost when I get to that side. And this one is more like the Smashbox. It's more like clear, and it feels like silicone-y. This one was more like it felt almost like a moisturizing lotion going on your face. And I didn't smell anything. I don't smell anything on this one either. And this is a clean brand, Be Pure. It is a clean brand, and their products, from what I've heard, are supposed to be really, really good. You know, one of the best ones that the dollar store carries. But usually, I guess because of that, it's hard to find products of that brand. All right, for foundation, the one that I found, I did find a Be Pure. They only had 2 shades. They had the nude or the darker shade. So I got the nude. It does say it on the front of the little tube that it is a clean brand, and this is 0.41 fluid ounces, but it's $1.25. So let's say for an ounce you're going to pay a little more than $2.50. And I'm going to shake it, and we're going to put some here. This is kind of watery, and as you can see, it's like very peachy on my skin. So I'm going to use this BK Beauty. I may try like building it with my fingers because this is so watery that really I don't know if it's really going to work too well with a brush. And I do have separate brushes for both sides of my face. So as you can see, this is a very, very light coverage. Okay, for me this is more like a tinted skin tint. I mean, it even out my skin a little bit. It feels a little sticky, but it feels very light. So I'm going to try to build it a little bit right here with my fingers and see what happens. It's kind of like sticky, so it really doesn't, I don't feel like it glides that well with the fingers either. So I'm going to go back to the brush. I think that if you try to use up a beauty blender, it's probably going to soak up a lot of it. Put a tiny bit on my chin, half of my chin, my nose. I already went over half of my forehead. I mean, the shade seems to be okay. All right. So that's it for the skin tint. I mean, is it okay? It does say foundation, a glow foundation. I really don't see too much of a glow. A little bit, I guess. Okay, so I did find, the first time I went, I found a Maybelline, which I couldn't even tell what shade it was, because this was inside like a little plastic bag and I couldn't read it. And this is supposed to be highlight and concealer, but it's so dark that it's more, I've never even seen this product from Maybelline. It's more like a bronzer. So I did go to another store and I found this one. This is also from Be Pure. And this is Essentially Ageless Hydrating Serum Concealer. And let's go and try it. This is a very thin formula. I already tried it the other day. I'm not using any kind of corrector because I want you guys to see what it really looks like. I'm actually going to let it sit here for a little bit before I try to apply it, or you know, to blend it, because it's very thin. In the meantime, I'm going to put some eye primer. Couldn't find eye primer. I'm sure Miss AOA may have some, but I didn't look for it. So I'm going to use the Gerard Cosmetics on both sides. So this should give both sides of the eyeshadow the best possible chance of working, because this is a really good eye primer. Okay, I got a phone call, so let's see if this is not super dry. Yeah, this is very thin, so I did use it once, like I used the foundation, and I noticed that if you don't let it dry a little bit, it's not going to work that well. And as it is, it's like light coverage. So normally I do have dark circles under my eyes, so my concealer works better if I use a corrector underneath. Okay, I couldn't find a bronzer. They did have some LA Girl bronzers, but they were so dark. So what I did find was Be Pure had the Essentially Ageless. This is the powder, and it's with hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. So I got it in a darker shade. So I really don't know what shade this is, but as you can see, this would work as a bronzer for me. So it's the same as a setting powder, but just in a darker shade. So I'm going to use this brush right here. And I figured, hey, powder is powder. So as long as it's a darker shade, it should work. And it didn't look very orangey. It looks pretty neutral. So I thought this would be perfect. And it looks nice. I did a good job. So again, this is from Be Pure. I try to find as many Be Pure products as I could find. Then I haven't powdered yet because I do have a cream blush, and this is also from, is this from Be Pure? No, I don't know. Who's the blush from? I think it's Be Pure. Yes, it's Clean Beauty from Be Pure. This is lip color and cream blush. They had two different shades. One that was like a little redder than this. This is called Late Night. And then this one. So I'm going to use the same brush that I used for the bronzer. And this is pretty, actually. I actually like this blush. It was pretty easy to blend, and it's a beautiful shade. So, you know, if you're at a Dollar Tree and you see it, I think it's very pretty. It doesn't accentuate your texture. My pores are there, but I didn't use a pore minimizing. I think that does this say that it's pore minimizing? Blur face primer. I really don't think it blurred that much, but as you can see, that's a pretty color. I like it. So that's definitely one of the top products that I have found. So that is very pretty. So the powder that I found is also from Be Pure, and this is called the Infused Pressed Powder, and I guess it's not the same as the bronzer. This is the Essentially Ageless line, and this is not. So I'm going to get this brush right here, and I'm just going to go, it's a white powder. I'm just going to go lightly over my T-zone. And I'm really not going to go that much. I'm going to go a little bit under my eyes and down here. I'm not going to go over the blush. And this powder is okay. I mean, it's super, I'm going to show you, it's super light. It's not a heavy powder. As you can see, it doesn't leave a white cast on my skin. So it's okay. They also had the LA color powder, but I decided to get this one. So I'm going to show you the, I mean, it does look like pretty stark there, but when you blend it, kind of disappears. It really doesn't leave like a white cast. Okay, for my eyes, I'm gonna use the LA colors. This is a 6-pan, and this is in Playful. They had this one and like one that was like brown. I should have gotten that one because that one would have matched what I got for from AOA, but I wasn't thinking of doing this video. So I'm going to start with this shade right here. And I don't know, they all kind of look like they have a little bit of shimmer. But this one is dark enough that I can use over here. This is going to be a pretty simple look. I'm going to grab a little more. I'm going to take this brush right here and go into this really light shade and go on the outside of my crease just to blend. And kind of take it to my brow bone a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take this shade right here and go on my, and it's not that pigmented, if you can see. You can see it's not that pigmented, but I'm going to go here. Then I'm going to go into this one here and go like in between that pink. I'm going to use another finger. Ooh, the pink and the brown. I'm going to take the brush that I used for the brown and blend. Then I am going to take my finger into this one right here and go in my inner corner. And I'm going to take a clean brush and just blend. So I'm going to take this pencil brush and go into the dark one that I used on my outer V and just put a little bit on my lower lash line. I couldn't find a highlighter from the Dollar Tree. The brow pencil that I found is actually, I purchased the same pencil. I forgot that I had it already from Miss AOA. So this is from LA Colors and this is in medium brown. I'm going to use the same brow pencil for both brows. I typically don't really care for these type of pencils. I rather have the micro pencils that are thinner, and to me they're softer, but this isn't bad. And I couldn't find a brow gel at the Dollar Tree, so I'm going to use the e.l.f. I'm actually going to use the e.l.f. on both sides because I didn't get a brow gel from Miss AOA. Not because I didn't have any, but because I have so many of them that I really didn't want to get one. I'm going to try to take the brown, the darker shade. It's really not a brown. It's more like a, I don't know, like a dark pink with a little bit of purple, I guess. Just to build that outer edge a little bit. Okay, and then the mascara that I'm going to use is this one. This is from Ioni. And this has the largest brush I have ever seen in my life. This thing is huge. I don't know why they had to make something this big. Now I did wear this on my lower lash line and it did smudge. I'm going to put it on today because I'm really not going anywhere. And I want you to see what it looks like. And I mean, not everybody's mascara smudges on their lower lash line. I have very watery eyes and I do wear eye cream. And I think that the combination is what makes my mascara smudge. because even though I powder my under eyes, I don't powder them that much. Okay, so this is one coat. So I'm going to do my lower lash line and then I'll apply another coat. You have to be so careful because you can end up with mascara all the way down your neckline. And this is supposed to be the Dramatic Black Mascara. I don't know if the mascara is dramatic, but they're brushes. Okay, I'm going to let it dry a little bit and then I'll use another coat. I did find another mascara also by Ioni. And that one has a better or a nicer brush. But I feel like this one gives you more length. But this brush is normal. But this is Dramatic Black. I want to see how it works if you apply them both. Yeah, this one kind of lets you get all the way down to your... Oh, I got it in my eye, so now my eye's gonna burn. All right, so I did find... Okay, we're gonna go now to this side. I'll do the lips at the end. So that's what this little palette did. It's okay. Is this something I will pick up again? I'll be honest with you, probably not. I wasn't that impressed. Okay, so this one already has primer. So we're gonna go with this foundation. And this foundation was $4. And this is the highest priced foundation at AOA, Miss AOA. It's from the A20 Lab. And, A20 Lab, I guess. Okay, and this is new. This is something that is new to their line, and it's for all skin types. It is creamy, blendable, flawless finished. I do have the box. It says a lightweight, breathable foundation that smooths the skin, soft matte finish, sensory friendly for all skin types, and it's alcohol and oil free, reef safe, and allergen free. I actually tried this the other day and it was pretty good. It has really pretty coverage. So I'm going to put some on the back of my hand. As you can see, it's a much thicker than the one from the Dollar Tree. This is more like a foundation. What shade? And you can pick shades, which is a nice thing about Shop Miss A. You can actually pick shades. Does this have the shade? Yes, I have it in L3, which I don't know, I guess it's light 3. And I'm gonna get, this is a clean brush, the same kind of brush, but it's a clean one. As you can see, the coverage is much better. This is more like a medium, and you can build it. This is a little scented. It almost smells a little powdery, but it's not very strong scented, and it does dissipate. And it's not bad. It's not a scent that bothers me. I did have a little bit left over, so I'm going to remove that because I don't need it. Okay, they also had, I mean, they have different foundations you can pick from. That's a nice, you have choices there. So this is the concealer that I chose. This is a Top Secret Concealer by AOA Studio. And this one is, the concealer was, okay, the primer, this one here was $1.88. The foundation was $4. The concealer, this one, is $1. So some of the products are cheaper, like the brow pencil, even though it was the same pencil. At the Dollar Tree, I paid $1.25. On Shop Miss A, I paid $1. The LA Colors. And as you can see, this concealer covers a lot more than that one. This is like a little potted concealer, but it's very hydrating. It doesn't feel dry at all. It's very nice. Okay, the bronzer that I'm going to use is a cream bronzer, and I've had this one already. This one was, the bronzer was $1.88. Also, this is by Venetian Romance. I also have a blush, but I'm going to use a different blush today. I'm going to try to use this one right here. This one blends really, really nicely and easily. And even though it looks very dark, it really blends nicely, that it doesn't look too dark on your skin. It looks a little darker than this side. You can see the difference. And when we're done, I'm going to try to blend everything so that I don't look like a crazy person. I do have to pick up my granddaughter from school today. But it's nice. And a little goes a long ways. Okay, so I'm going to powder my face now before I go into blush. And the powder that I found from them is this one right here. And this one, there have been several creators that I have been watching that they say that this is amazing. The powder is $1.88. Yes, I have two of them, and these are like a dupe to the, is it Givenchy, the Prisma Libre. I have one in light and one in fair, so I'm going to use the one in fair. And this one has like green, pink, lavender, like a little blue. So I'm going to use this powder puff right here. I'm going to put a little bit in the lid. And it kind of all mixes together once it's in the lid. And I'm just going to powder lightly, including under my eye. But this is a really nice powder. This one is more blurring than the one from Dollar Tree. I can't get over the foundation or the concealer though. It's pretty. I have two shades of blush. This one is Yorokobi and this one is Raku. I'm going to use the Raku one. And I'm going to use the same brush that I used for the bronzer. And I'm going to go lightly because this is pigmented. I don't have like a pinky blush, so this will have to do. Yeah, my face is definitely not gonna match, but we'll make it match at the end. But it's very pretty. This is very nice and it lasts all day, which I really like. Okay, as far as the eyeshadow palette, I chose this one, and this is a 3-pan, and the eyeshadow is, this was $1.88, I believe. Did I not put it on here? It was either $1 or $1.55 or $1.88. It's not more than $2. And this is in the same brand, the Cherry Blossom brand, and this is in the name of the palette is Kaori. So we're gonna go with, of course, this shade right here, which is the lightest one. This was so easy and such a nice palette. I will list it on the screen how much the palette was so that you guys know for sure. But the only thing that was over $2, over $1.88, was just a foundation. Okay, I'm going to take this brush right here and go into the darker shade, which is a shimmer, but you can use it at the end because I used it the other day and you can't tell. This is very pigmented palette. Very nice quality. And the packaging is very sturdy. It reminds me of the Natasha Denona packaging. It's thick like that and it has really nice closure. It doesn't look cheap at all. And it is the brand AOA, but I guess the line is Cherry Blossom. I'm going to take the first brush that I used and blend. I'm going to take the shimmer in the middle. Look at that shimmer. That shimmer is so pretty. So brightening. Okay, I'm going to take the dark shadow again and stamp it over here. And I don't have any fallout, guys. But I didn't have any with Shop Miss A either, but you can see that the pigment is not the same. And I'm going to take a pencil brush, grab the brown one, the dark one, and go a little bit under my lash line. I'm going to go back to the Ioni mascara and try to build this up a little bit. Okay, this is making my eyes burn, so I am not going to wear this mascara after today. something in it that's making my eyes burn and cry, get watery. So just FYI, and I really don't have sensitive eyes. I mean, it gave me length, it separated my lashes, but I don't feel like all that. All right, let's finish this eye look. This is the lighter shade. I'm gonna take a little bit more here. I don't have anything else on the brush. It's kind of mixing. All right, and then the mascara I'm going to use is this one. This is from AOA. It's also $1.88. It's called the Big Boss Mascara, volume and length. And I have, this is the second time I purchased this. This is pretty good actually. And it does have another big applicator. Not as big as the other one. The other one I think is still bigger than this. Okay, so this is after one coat. I'm going to put some in my lower lash line. So I think the mascaras are probably pretty comparable. I'm going to do my brows with the same pencil. So for lips, I didn't find a lip liner at Dollar Tree. And I didn't buy one at Shop Miss A. So I'm going to use this one. This is a Catrice one, and this is in the shade All Out. I'm going to use it on my entire lip. And I do overline my lips because they're pretty small. Okay, so for the Dollar Tree, I'm going to use this right here from Chapstick. This is a Total Hydration. And this is in the shade Flaunted Fuchsia. And it's like a tinted lip balm. And it's nice. And I've used these before. And they're fine. And then since I'm going to use something shiny on this side, I also found this at the Dollar Tree. And this is from Chapstick also. And this is a Total Hydration Midnight Magenta. And this is a lip oil. But this is like very lightly tinted. It's mainly more for the hydration. But if you find these are really, really nice. And these actually smell pretty nice. This not overpowering, but they do smell fruity. Smells good. This is Vitamin Enriched Lip Tinted Oil. Okay, and then I found this lip oil from Miss AOA, and this is Bloom. This was also $1.88. I think that I like the products that are $1.88 from Shop Miss A. I think that they're really good quality. This is not the first time I shop from there. I love the doe foot. Look how nice. And even though it's not the same shade, when you put it on, you can't tell you have two different ones, can you? This is very slippy, very hydrating. It is, like I said, a lip oil. It says, I love dew, is what it says on the bottle. And like I said, the shade is Bloom. But they pretty much looks the same on both sides. This one feels more cushiony. The Miss Shop Miss A feels more cushiony. They both last the same amount of time. The color will last longer if you fill your lips and you use one of these over it. So I'm going to move you up so that you can see what everything looks like, and you can see closer. So this is the side with Dollar Tree. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Wait. I did find a highlighter. Look how pretty. This is from Shop Miss A. Now, this is plastic. It doesn't look like it. It almost reminds me of a Dior packaging. And look how pretty. That's a highlighter. Look how beautiful that is. It does have a mirror. And this is in the shade Everglow Magic Hour. And this was $1.88. I'm going to use this brush right here. This is from them also, from Shop Miss A. But I think that looks so classy, $1.88. So, so pretty. And let me see. It is cruelty-free, non-toxic. Nice to know. 12-month shelf life. I forgot. Ooh, well, I'm going to put a little bit here, because I don't want highlighter on just one end, on one side. But it's very, very subtle. And I always like to go with my blush brush so that I can kind of go over the edge and you can see just one shiny line there. And where is my brush from this side? All right, so this is the Dollar Tree and this is the Shop Miss A. Tell me what you think. And when you saw me apply the products, what do you think? It needs to be blended a little more, I think. That's what I think. I like the shadow from Shop Miss A. It's really, really nice. I would say it's very comparable to Elf or to Wet n Wild. It was definitely easy and pigmented. For $1.88, you can't beat it. My lashes is what I'm not happy with on either side. When I purchased this foundation, when I purchased this mascara the first time, they must have changed the formula, because I remember getting much nicer. Oh, here we go. It's building now. Much better lashes. Like this. I like my lashes to be more, I don't like natural looking lashes. That's better. Let me try the other side, see if I can build that up. It does have a scent. Maybe that's what's bothering my eyes, because I'm not touching like the root of my lashes, and immediately I can feel my eyes starting to burn. So maybe it's the scent. I know that one time I tried a sample of a Dior mascara, and it was a beautiful mascara, but it was scented. It had perfume, and I couldn't wear it because my lashes, my eyes would get they would start crying. I'm gonna try. If you don't want to watch the rest of this, you can just cut off. I'm going to try to fix this side so that when I go out later, I don't look all crazy. I'm going to put a little more concealer here because I really think that I need a little more coverage there. This concealer is really nice. And like I said, it is thick, but not in a bad way. And this was what, $1, the concealer? $1. Okay, I'm going to try to put a little bit of the blush that I put on this side, and then I don't know how I'm going to fix the eyes on this side. So one is not pinky and the other one more like terracotta. The lips look the same, and by the time I pick up my granddaughter, I would have had to reapply the lipstick. Okay, let's see what we can do with the eyes. Okay, I'm gonna grab the dark brown. I like this color story better and the formula better, so I'm gonna put a little bit here and use the lighter color here. And then I think I'm gonna use a little bit of the pink on the other side. Okay, then I'm gonna take the bright color in the middle. Let's see if I can do this without messing up my eyeshadow. Let me see if I have I'm going to use this brush. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of the pink from this side and use this brush, the pink that I had in the center over there, so they both have a little bit of pink. Alright, so I think that that's okay. I think that that's, let me know. Does it pass for the same eye look? I have to say my favorite products from Dollar Tree, I would say is the blush. This is something that I can see myself continuing to use. The rest of it, I'll be honest with you, no. I really don't care for either one of these, the primer or the foundation. This wasn't bad. I can see myself using this as bronzer again. I don't think the Be Pure powder, I think it was a pretty shade for a bronzer, so I can see myself using this again. This is fine. This really didn't do anything. It's not bad, but it's just something I'm going to reach for. I have better powders, so I'll be honest, probably not. And that's why I don't do too many Dollar Tree videos, because I feel like even though it's inexpensive, I'm still wasting money. So I don't think this is a mascara that I love. So I have better mascaras. You can get Essence mascaras for $5, and I'd rather save and, you know, get something better. Now if you're in a pinch, yeah, this is good. I mean, it did okay. You can build it. Okay, this is okay, but is this something I want to reach for? No. If I want to use, this was the $1.25. For $3 you can get the, you know, e.l.f., you know, bite-sized palette, and it's going to be much better than this. You can get a Win a While palette that's going to be much better than this for just a couple of dollars more. So I don't think that was that good. Now as far as my Miss A, I mean, this was okay. I mean, blurring, let me see. Yeah, not bad. Look, I'm gonna move you up. This is the Shop Miss A. Look at my pores there. You can still see them, but they're a lot more blurred than these. You see these, how visible they are? And look at these. They're visible, but they're a little more blurred. Okay, I really like the foundation. I think it's really nice coverage. I really like the concealer. I think these two were really, really, really good. And something that I can see myself continuing to use. I really like this powder. This powder is really good. For $1.88, guys, you can't beat it. I would totally recommend these. These are nice. I like the blush. I mean, did it change my life? No, well, none of this really changed my life. But it's nice. It's pigmented. It did last all day. It was really pretty. This is also a pretty blush. These two are super good. I've used them before. This is the blush that I have. This is new. I haven't used it, but I wanted to use the powder one today. And this one is in the shade Parasol. But this is really good. I've used this a couple of times. The lip oil I definitely like. I used it the other day, and I think it's pretty. It has pretty packaging, and it was very comfortable, and it lasted, you know, a long time. These two are nice, but okay, these two is $2.50. This is $1.88. So this doesn't have enough pigment without it, and this one doesn't have the shine of a lip oil. So, but they're good products. I've used them before. This is very light coverage. This is the Be Perfect concealer. Very, very light coverage. Is something that really wouldn't work for me. I'm gonna see if my granddaughter wants it, because of course she doesn't have, you know, dark circles on her eyes. This is okay, but I prefer the other type of brow pencils like this that have, you know, the micro tip. This is from, where are you from? L'Oreal. So this I didn't get at either one of these places. So, you know, definitely it's okay. In a pinch, I will use it. Nothing wrong with the shade. It worked fine. I'm not going to throw it away. And I thought this was really pretty. And I mean, this is like, even the packaging is super pretty. The design is pretty. The shade is pretty. There it is right there. It is not super blingy. It is very subtle, but it's my kind of highlighter. I thought this was really pretty. So I like that. So if I have to choose, I will tell you that I will choose the Shop Miss A. Okay, so how much I spent? Okay, so at Dollar Tree, I spent $12.50, and this is not including tax, okay? And at Shop Miss A, I spent $21.81. So, okay, you decide. I'd rather save an additional, what, $9, $8, and go to Shop Miss A. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Love you guys. Mwah.